to Crafting Wellbeing, where we craft together in real time. I'm Hadriana, and together we're going to be colouring in this image, and I've already using brush nib markers, and I've already created some videos to go along with this tutorial. They're made in certain little groups of them so that you can just dip in and out of the area that you want to. And the cool thing about doing it this way is that you don't need to go back at any point to one part of the video before so that you continue with the others. Each one has been created so that it's a standalone one that you can pick and use. And all the colors that I'll be using are the description, they're all in the description. And the link to get the original image is also found in our Facebook group, which the link is also below there. And the Facebook group is a private place where not only you'll find all the original images that I've created with AI, so that means that you can use it. I'm giving you the permission to just use it. So that's where you'll find the image, and you can share what you've done, ask questions, and there's lots of inspiration in there, and I'm inviting everybody to add to that the inspiration pot. So as I said, I've already started doing this project, and what I've done so far is that I've got a video for colouring in the hair, her face and her neck. And what we're going to be doing is colouring in her hand as the last part of our skin tone tutorial. I'm just going to move this to the side. I'm just going to pull this up. So these are the colors that I'll be using, and I just want to show you that the brand I'm using is Ink Lily, and all the numbers that you'll see in there, they're related to each of these Ink Lily range. But you can use any brush nib pens that you have in your stash. You don't have to use this one because it's all the same nib. All the same nib, but just different brand. Okay, so if I go back to here, if you remember, all the numbers I've got on here is related to that. Is that we are going to be colouring in the rest of her skin, her arm. So the colours I'll be using is 21, 91 and 92. So you can see I've given you the colour tones of these pens, which means that you can match those colours with the pens you've got, or you can use any colour that you wish to use for any part of this project. The technique is the same, it's just a different pen brand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this to the side now and we can get going. I'm going to have with me, to start off with, is 21. Oops, fallen. 21. Just going to stick the nib back in. Just show you what I was been doing is I take off from here the nib, the cover for the nib, and then I'm sticking it at the other end to hold it in place so that, fingers crossed, I don't lose the head, the actual covers, but you know, that happens to me still. It falls off and rolls somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be starting with the 21 to lay down the colour for the arm. For this one, I'm going to be colouring the whole thing with my pen. What I'm thinking is let's swap this around so that I'm using the chisel edge. And this is how, whoops, let's get this all plugged in, so to speak. So I'm going to go in with my chisel edge. That doesn't want to stay, so I'm going to throw it aside. So we've done it different ways on here. We've done it so that we've gone in colouring in the parts of the skin with the brush nib side, and then also around here and joining the colour, we did all of that with the brush nib. And for the neck, we went around the sides and put in all the tones, the darker tones that we'd like, and then we used the chisel end of this pen, of the 21, to create the blending and the softening of any dark areas that we want to soften. So this is why we're going to do something different. We're going to go in with the chisel edge straight away, and what we're going to do is we're going to colour the whole thing. Feel as if typical live on filming, which is fine. I'm going to, those of you who've got ink lily pens should really use cloth, but this is what I've got near me, so it's going to have to do. So I'm going to pull out the chisel, get my ink, and I'd put 10 drops before when it decided to still run out, so I'm going to add more this time. And the good thing about these little bottles is that you don't need to squeeze hard. All you need to do is just a tiny little squeeze, and put about, I think, 20. Just going to put a little extra than I did last time. That'll be enough. Let's close it. Come on. There we go. So we just close it, put it there, and I'm going to put the chisel edge back in. There we go. Get the top like this. Usually sort of leave it there for a little while, and then it should sort of blend, go into the other bits that it needs to, the nibs. But I think a little bit of shaking. So I'm just going to go to the side here and give it a good old shake. And I'm going to come back in with my chisel edge, and let's have a look. Oops, a little bit's fallen there. That doesn't matter. So as you can see, it's coming through, and that's better. Okay, I want to give it a little bit more of a shake. Just going down. No, it needs more. It needs more. It's hungry, is it? Just gonna go in again. Pull off the nib. So it's the end, that's the chisel end. That's the one I've been removing. I'm gonna add a bit more ink because it seems okay. What I don't want to do is to overfeed it. Let's put the cover back on. Okay, I'm going to go in again with my chisel and just push it in, back in, get the lid and I'm going to do this off air. Just give it a little shake on the side. And you can see I could hear that it was, you know, starting to creak or scratch a bit. So let's have a look. It's a bit better, but I'm not going to add any more. I think it because it's not all the way down. It hasn't sort of soaked in yet all that it needs. That's all right. It's got enough. It will come in its own good time. So I'm using the edge of the 21 there. As I said, it will start it will start coming when it's ready. So I'm using the edge of the chisel, yeah, to get right to the edge of it. So if you think about the flat bit on the other side, chisel, there you go. Then I'm using the bit that is the flattest, and also for the edges I'm using the bit that's sticking out a bit more. So if you feel it, if you imagine it's going this way, I'm using the top here to get the edging. I think maybe this brush has just had enough of me using it. Okay, just really making sure that I've coloured all the areas. Looks like it's ready to come down now, which is good. Okay, so just anywhere where there's a light part, I'm just colouring it in. So I'm going to change round now for my brush nib end of my 21, and I'm going to be picking up my 91, and to begin with I'm going to use the 21 as my pickup colour, sorry, as my actual brush that I'm using to pick up the 91, just so that it softens the more darkens the 21 to put it down, rather than going straight in at the moment with my 21. So what I'm doing is I'm going around the edges here all the way down, remembering that I wanted this side here to be darker than this part of the hand. So looking at it, I would like it to be a bit more darker around there. So to do this, I'm going to do it as a soft touch. I'm going to take my darkest colour, which is the 92, and I'm going to go straight in with my 21, just picking up a bit of my 92 and going into those edges. Hope you can see it. So along here, I've just added just once, like so, to get that darker area where the hand is. Just want to go over this part here with the same pen. Okay, so now I'm going to swap around to my 91 and continue picking up some colour with my 21. So I've got the 21 in my hand, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking at how the top of the knuckles are shaping, and how each one of those fingers may cast a shadow on the others, and the hair. There's lots of different areas to be mindful of, but we can do this as we're going along. This is just a quick look at. Okay, so I'm going to go down here because I'm thinking of the hair taking a lot of the shadow, Just a little bit like this. And it's away from the light. I'm just going to make that darker. I'm just going to go in here because I want that crease to look separate. Okay. I'm just going around these edges. I'm picking up my 91 with my 21 to lay the colour down. This, I'm thinking about this area, that's the inside of her palm. So again, I'm picking up the 91 with my 21. And I'm going to go all the way around. Again, I'm thinking of here, thinking about how she's got a hand. Probably only this bit will see the light. I'm going to bring it up a bit more, like so. And just keep going around. So here, a little bit more darker because they're casting a shadow really on each other here. And this bit and this bit. Okay, so going all the way down to the edge here. Because again, by putting the dark parts on the outside, I'm hoping to give her hand the, to look round as well by doing the edging dark or darker. I'm going around each part. Remember, you can turn your image to what fits you, what suits you. I'm just keeping it like this so that hopefully I don't make it dizzy because I certainly find it distracting when the image is turning around so quickly. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my 92 and I'm going to keep using my 21, and I'm going to pick up with my 21 some of the 92, and I'm going to go in where the areas that I feel needs to be the darkest on the actual hand. So I'm thinking of the face and the hair casting a shadow. I'm going to make that darker, and by using the lightest one, not only are you making the dark one, that dark part softer, you are also thinking about making the actual color of the 21 darker, the deep dark, rather than a complete change to using the 92. Lots of numbers. Again here, I'm thinking about pick up a bit more. Picking up enough. Yeah, that's a bit better. I'm just going to really push my pen. Tends to talk to each other. Yeah, that's better. So all I did was I pressed a bit harder with this one. I'm just going to focus on this side. And go down to here. the dark. Now I'm going to go back in with my 91, and this time with the 91 I'm going to go directly in to the edge of where the other color, that where we finish adding the 92, and just do this just up here to begin with. I'm going to change to my 21 and soften that on the actual image, like so. See, I'm just pulling out the edges of where I put down that 92 to help it blend before adding the pickup color. So I'm just going to do this. I think I'm going to go down a little bit more, sort of round to here. Just softly adding the oh, go back in with the darker color, and I'm really gonna just gently add it here and that little bit there. So I'm going in, let's use the 91, and just going to go into the edge like this to join it, pick up my 21, and I'm going over the top of the 91, because remember it will soften the 91 and also it'll help with the blending. Just gonna do some more pickup. So now I want to do the other part. So I've got my 21 and I'm picking up some of my 91 and going all the way down. All the way down to here. Okay. Well, I want to make it a bit darker down there, so I'm going to pick up some of my 92 with the 21, and I'm just going to lay it here in that V. Okay. I'm doing it this way, but you can flick it that way. Okay. At the moment I've done it so that I'm doing it on the edge of where I put the dark color, the mixture of the dark color 91 with the 21. Again, I'm just going in and having a look, checking. I want this bit here to be darker as well. Oops, let's put this down. Like so. So now what we're doing, we're ready to go in again with the chisel and use the same technique that we used there, which is to first of all go in the middle where you're bringing the two colors, the two shadings together. And have a look. Like I'm noticing there. Then what I'm doing is I'm actually working in harder that area, so I am pressing a bit more harder, firmer, to bring it in to the middle, but also to help it with the blending and helping it to look mixed, which it is. So just close the pens, put them to the side. what we've done now, just move these to the side, is that I've now finished, as you can see, all the skin areas. And what we're going to be doing for the very last one of this series, or it might be the first one that you're coming to, or maybe the only one that you're interested in, is the blouse. So we're going to be coloring the blouse in the next one after here. And remember, as I was just saying, you can find the links all below in the description to all of the other elements of coloring in this image, and also that you can find this image, the original image, in the Facebook group, and you can have the image for free. This image being created by AI, so that means that you can, I'm giving you permission to use it. All right, so hopefully I will see you in the next one to do the blouse. Okay, bye, see you soon. Thank you for crafting along with me. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel. You are welcome to join Crafting Wellbeing community on Facebook. The link is down below. Goodbye and see you soon.